Have you ever noticed that just when it seems like something great is about to happen in your life, everything around you starts to fall apart? Things that used to flow stop, doors that seemed open close, invitations stop, and suddenly you feel isolated, questioning whether you're on the right path. But let me reveal a powerful truth to you. This is not a coincidence. It is divine alignment. It is the invisible movement of God preparing your life for a season of exaltation, transformation, and breakthrough. Inclusive, Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest scholars of success, already stated that every adversity carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. In other words, if your life is going through an earthquake, it is a sign that the ground is being prepared to build something infinitely greater and more solid. And if you have come this far, it is no coincidence. It is God giving you discernment to understand that the current challenges are, in fact, harbingers of a new season. In today's video, you will discover the 4 spiritual and emotional signs that precede God's exaltation over your life. These are signs that not everyone notices, but those who understand remain steadfast until the promise is fulfilled. And look, pay close attention, because ignoring these signs can make you give up just a few steps away from your victory. Take advantage, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and leave your like, because this message can literally be the turning point between what you are experiencing today and what God is about to release in your life. The first sign that God is about to exalt you is not glory, it is not recognition, it's loneliness. That's right. People start to drift away. Invitations disappear. That cycle that seemed permanent breaks down, and you start to feel invisible, forgotten, disconnected. But listen, it's not rejection, it's protection. It is God hiding you from toxic environments, from connections that no longer fit into the next phase, and protecting you from traps that you cannot even imagine. It is in silence that God works loudest, and as Napoleon Hill said, every growth process requires mental and emotional isolation. When everything seems to be falling apart, God is actually polishing you, emptying you of external noise to fill you with internal clarity. Comment here in the comments. Now I understand. My isolation is God preparing me. I want to see who is living this sign. The second signet is inevitable. The battles intensify. Whether it's financial, emotional, spiritual, or family, everything seems to be falling apart at once. And you might be asking yourself, why does God allow this of all times now? The answer is simple. The higher the level, the greater the test. Napoleon Hill said that most people give up just when they are about to win. And do you know why? Because pressure builds before promotion. Resistance builds before reward. God is forging in you the emotional and spiritual maturity needed to sustain what He is about to release. If you feel like you are being crushed, it is because you are being shaped to carry something big. Comment here. The stronger the fight, the closer my victory is. I want to know, do you also feel that the pressure is at its limit? The third sign is the one who disarms anyone. You lose control. Things that were once simple now get stuck. Processes that you used to do automatically no longer work. Doors that seemed obvious close without explanation. And you ask yourself, what's going on? Why isn't anything flowing anymore? And I tell you, it's because God will not allow you to level up carrying old strategies, outdated patterns, or human dependencies. When you lose control, God takes the wheel. Napoleon Hill said that real change only begins when you are forced to get off autopilot. And it is in this collapse of the old that God activates within you a new mentality, a new frequency, a new level of faith. So write in the comments, declare with faith, if God took away my control, it is because He will lead my exaltation. Anyone who is experiencing this loss of control, comment here now. Now, the fourth and most powerful sign, you start to feel something different for no apparent reason. Even without any concrete evidence, you wake up with a strange conviction, an unshakable certainty that something big is coming. It's as if your soul is tuning into a frequency that your eyes can't yet see, but your spirit has already picked up on. Napoleon Hill called this applied faith, which is when you act as if you have already won, even if the external scenario continues to say otherwise. You have no proof, but you have peace. You have no guarantees, but you have faith. You begin to behave, move, decide, and even speak like someone who is already living the promise, even before it manifests itself. This is not madness, it is spiritual alignment. If you are already feeling this, comment below. Even without proof, I already live like someone exalted. And listen carefully. When God exalts you, it's not about being seen, it's about being useful. The honor of God does not come to massage the ego. It comes to transform you into a living tool of impact, transformation, and response. And Napoleon Hill was clear in saying that true success is serving with purpose. And when that success aligns with the spiritual realm, your life begins to carry an authority that unlocks environments, heals stories, and changes atmospheres. And I want to ask you a serious question now. Do you want to be exalted just to be seen or to be an instrument of God? If your answer is to be an instrument, comment here with faith. I want to be exalted not to be seen, but to be useful in the hands of God. Because when that is your intention, the heavens move in your favor. And you know what's even more amazing? When God releases a season of honor, everything flows. The right doors open, the right connections appear, your voice is heard where it needs to be, and your presence begins to unlock environments. It's not about strength, it's not about effort, it's about alignment. Napoleon Hill talked about the power of an aligned mind, but when the mind aligns with the spirit, then the laws of heaven come into motion here on earth. And then, there is no person, system, or circumstance that can stop you. If you are ready to experience this exaltation, comment below. I am ready to live the exaltation that only God can give me. And if this word made sense to you, leave your like, share this video with someone you love, who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any messages like this. Tell me here in the comments, which of these 4 signs are you experiencing today? And more. How will you position yourself from now on knowing that God is already preparing your exaltation? Declare, write, record, because words have power. This is where your transformation begins. Sign up, declare, stand, because your season of honor, acceleration, and exaltation has begun.